Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we will be reviewing the Pink Brush collection by Vice Cosmetics. So we are going to be doing, or I'm gonna do an application shot on how it works and also give you my thoughts at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I have already put on my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna fast forward through the makeup process until I use the brushes. Okay, so this is my current makeup before using the brushes. So the first brush that we'll be using is itong powder brush by Vice, of course, Vice Cosmetics. This is how it looks like. So I'm not gonna lie, nung nakuha ko siya, nabuksan ko na siya, and I have tried it out, like na-feel ko na siya, and medyo pinaglaruan ko na siya, pero not with makeup yet. Like, hinawakan ko lang siya, and just to see the texture and the feel of the brush. And honestly, these brush are actually very soft. Okay, so for my powder foundation, I'll be using the MAC Studio Fix, and I'm in the shade NC40. So this is what I usually do. I take my powder brush, I dip it inside my product, and then I use this to both apply and remove the powder. I know it sounds like parang counterproductive siya, but it's just something that I've been doing and it works for me. It's a trick that works for me. So, ayan, share ko lang. Okay, so thoughts on the powder. It does pick up a lot of product. Like, can you see that? Can you see it? And it's very fine too. And when you put it sa face mo, parang pag ginano mo siya, walang tumutusok. It's very like composed. Paano ko ba ma-explain? Parang pag ginanon mo siya, hindi mo ma-feel yung each bristle. It's very composed. It's dense in its own way, if I may put it that way. Hindi siya dense na matigas. Parang pag nilagay mo lang siya sa cheek mo, hindi mo ma-feel yung individual strands or individual hairs nung brush. So I think that's a plus for me because that means parang even yung pagka-apply niya on your face because you don't feel the strands nga. And it gets a lot of product. And it's very soft. Maganda siya, maganda yung feel niya sa face. Okay, so after doing my powder, I move on to contour, and so this is the contour brush. It's slightly angled. And by the way guys, this doesn't come with the product. I bought this myself because I do have cats and they go on my makeup table. So minsan yung hair nila napupunta sa brush. That's why I bought these, para hindi siya mapunta sa brush. Okay, so moving on, this is how the contour brush looks like. For contour, I usually use a dense brush. I'll show you guys. Okay, so ganito usually yung brush na ginagamit ko for contouring because wala lang, para madali lang siyang iganon dito. So for my contour, I'll be using my tried and tested contour palette. This is the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. Sobrang paubos na siya and basag na nga siya. So I'm learning to use this shade. Ito middle shade talaga yung ginagamit ko. So let's dip her in the pan. And let's apply her. So ayan yung pick up ng product niya. Okay naman. So, pagkatapos ko, ayan yung product na tira. So, kumakapit talaga yung product sa brush. So, let's do the application. That looks really pretty. To the other side. Okay, so let's try squeezing it like this, and I'll try to contour my nose as well. Okay, so this is how my face looks after contouring with this brush. And what I can say is that very maganda siyang i-apply as contour. I don't know why I haven't used angled brushes before. So it goes into the crevice of your cheeks, making it really easy for you to apply the contour. And also, if you guys have noticed, I drag it up here, like on my temples, to make it look like it's more natural. And since fluffy siya, hindi siya ganun ka-dense, talagang it goes with the movement that I'm going for. Like, pag ginayan ko siya, hindi siya parang ganyan lang. It actually spreads, so that's really nice. I really like this brush. I'm gonna use it more. Okay, so we're gonna do blush next, but before I do blush, I always do my bronzer. It's my favorite part of doing my makeup. So I'm just gonna bronze my face. Okay, now let's move on to blush. So this is how the blush brush looks like. It's actually very similar to my contour brush, which I showed you a while ago. Mas dense lang tong contour brush. So usually for my blush brushes, if you guys own the Real Techniques blush brush, yung pabilog siyang ganon, and pag ginon mo, fluffy din siya. So mas prefer ko gamitin yung mga brushes na fluffy compared sa ganitong dense na brush, because yung mga products na blushes na lumalabas ngayon, it's very pigmented, and so if you are not, or parang beginner ka lang sa makeup and you use a dense brush, baka mabigla kayo or hindi nyo masyadong mablend ng maayos. So, we'll give this a try because usually yung mga ganitong brush, ginagamit ko for contour. I just feel like mas madali siyang iganyan. But, let's try it with blush. For today's blush, I'll be using the Ever Bilena, and this is in the shade Dainty. So, ito yung itsura ng brush. They all pretty much pick up product well. Guys, nakikita nyo ba or nawawash out ng ring light? But here on my mirror, okay na yung blush ko. So, I don't wanna go too over. But, I am actually surprised with this brush. Akala ko parang katulad siya ng mga dense brushes na pag ginanon mo, mabibigla ka sa pigment. But this made applying my blush surprisingly easy. Like, tinap ko lang siyang ganyan. And, if you guys love doing drunk blushes, yung over here sa nose, tapos may pa ano dito sa parang ilalim ng eyes, this is perfect kasi magaganon mo lang siya. It's super soft. I don't know how to explain it, pero pag binabounce mo siya sa cheeks mo, like you feel the softness and how bouncy the brush is. So, I'm really surprised with this brush. Ito yung pinaka gusto kong brush so far, and then susunod yung contour. The blush brush naman, the powder brush naman, I just feel like it's any other powder brush. So, that's my thoughts so far. Okay, so now moving on to the last brush. So this is the highlighter brush. So this is super cute. Medyo dense siya compared to my other highlight brushes. But since nabigla tayo nung blush brush, let's try it out first bago ako mag-comment. Kasi baka same din yung pag-apply or mabigla din ako na maganda pala siya. So just for reference, this is what I use for my powder highlighters. So, it's very thin, very long, and medyo hindi naman siya super fluffy, pero like, I don't know how to describe it, basta ganon. As compared to this one, this is it's obviously bigger, and much more pabilog as compared to this one. So, let's try it out. And then, the highlighter that I'll be using is my all-time favorite. So, nabasag na to actually. Inano ko lang siya yung alcohol, tapos ipe-press. So yeah, let's put her on. Well, let's just tap lang. Tap off excess. And let's zoom you guys in para mas magka-idea kayo. Okay, so this is how my highlighter looks on. Sige, I'll just finish my makeup first and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So, feel free to fast forward this if ayaw nyo ako makita matapos yung makeup ko. Okay guys, so this is the final look. So far, my makeup is looking super nice. So out of the 4 brushes, I will rank them to kung nakita ko siya sa mall, ano ba yung bibilin ko. So first would be the blush brush. Second is the contour. Third is the highlight. And fourth is the brush. So ganito kasi yung blush brush, which really, parang nabigla ako. I mean, na-surprise ako on how easy it was to apply my blush. And it may look dense, but it's not like the normal dense brushes that you have na pag nalagay mo, ang hirap i-blend. Products are actually super easy to blend with all the brushes that's here. So, ito yung number 1 pick ko. Second pick is the contour because I guess it's my first time actually using an angled contour brush. So, I like it because it fits really good in the crevice of my face to where I apply the contour. So, this is nice. The highlight, because ito, okay lang siya. I mean, if wala kang highlight brush and you want one, this is a good highlight for you to use. But then, ang naging problem ko lang dito is pag ginanon mo siya, if you put too much product, it's gonna leave like a streak. Hindi siya seamless, not like what you can do with a fluffy brush. Pag ginanon mo talaga siya, makikita mo yung streak, so you do have to blend it out. Yun lang naman ang comment ko. But aside from that, it functions well if you blend naman your highlight after the initial application. That's totally fine. And then last, the powder brush. Because for me, it just applies as well as any powder brush. So, ayun. But overall, all of the brushes are really, 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 really soft. Hindi siya masakit sa face. Hindi katulad ng iba na parang na ganun mo, mafe-feel mo yung strands or yung bristles ng brushes. So, these are really good. Okay, so, thoughts ko lang in regards to the price. So, I will compare this with the Kind Beauty brushes. So, the 12-piece brush set only costs 660 if I'm not mistaken. Basta hindi tataas ng 700. These 3, the blush, the highlight, and the contour retail for 175 pesos. And the powder brush retails for 195 pesos. So, all in all, on average, it's 800 pesos. Sa totoo lang, these brushes aren't bad for the price. Like, 200 pesos for a single brush isn't that bad. Because yung mga ibang professional brushes na makikita natin or mabibili natin, they cost almost like 800 to 1,500. So, I mean, that's just me comparing it to Kind Beauty. But this doesn't mean that this is not affordable as well. I feel like these are still really good for its price. And they are overall nice. And also, if you can see, it's a bit shorter than the normal size ng brush. And this is very nice then. I think it's a pro because you can store it in your makeup bag and take it with you anywhere you go. Kasi yun yung problem ko minsan with my makeup kit. I want to put brushes inside but then they're too long or they're too big for it to fit. So that's a plus for me na it's like travel size but not too small na it's irritating to use. Overall, I really like the brushes, and again, these brushes are cruelty free and they are also vegan. So, I will link everything that you need to know, where to get it, how much each brush is, down in the section, and down in the comment section, down below. And I hope you enjoyed my review, and yeah, see you guys on my next video.